Good morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we're going to work on this journal and possibly the other one. I'll just see where I'm at. So I want to put my signatures in. I have my spine nice and dry here with the lovely fabric to glue on once I've put this on. Now that's weird. Maybe it doesn't go with this one. No, this must go with the other journal, excuse me. Does it go with this one? No, it goes with this one, silly. Yes, it does. So that's going to glue on there. Okay, ding dong. Right, so what I need to do is measure here. Let's move the pages out of the way. They've got to be sorted. They're in order, but they need... Just going to tuck the fabric around there just so I can see the actual height. They need to be trimmed. 26, oh, that's lucky. So 13. However, I want to find my halfway point here for, oh, it's 4. Good. So I won't draw a line. I'll just put my dots there. And I need to do 13. That's just so I go straight. 13, I'll just put an X there. And then I'm going to do 2.5 inches from there for my other ones. 2.5 to there. Okay. Then I need to do 1 centimetre between. I do 1 or... Sorry, that's not 1 centimetre. This is 1 centimetre here. Excuse me. I thought it was looking wide. So 1 centimetre on either side. The same up here. And the same down here. Got 3 signatures, yes. Okay, so now we can punch our holes. I'll do that. This is quite thick, so there'll be a bit of elbow grease. Oh, gosh, I can't think of my words. Seems to be an issue with me lately. It's all my videos I'm doing. And I'm going to need also my big paper clips, my needle, and I think I might use this thread. I don't know, I just go with the feeling of it. Okay, and I'm going to hide the, you know, the ties when I'm going to make it so they tie on this side. So when I glue on, oh no, actually, do I want that flush? So this is quite thick, so I may struggle to get through it. So then what I do, because we don't want our arm to fall off, the screw punch is supposed to make it easier. We'll just finish them off with the book awl. Oh, it's so exciting always when you stitch in the pages. I can't actually remember where we left off with this project because we were it's been a while since I did the last video, and now obviously the screw punch is going to be a little bit tiring when you've got to go through something thick, or if you do multiples, you need to give yourself a break. I'm just going to poke out the little bits that it cuts out, get stuck in the thing. Okay, so then we'll just go with this, and it shouldn't be too hard. I am using a particularly thick cardstock that was the back of the watercolour thing, but I did want you to see me put this one together because it's slightly different to the other ones we've done. Oh, we did the wormy one a bit like this too, but I messed up because I didn't have enough fabric over the edge. Okay, so there's our holes. Whew, exhausting. Now, I need to put my pages to the correct width because they are way too big. So some I'm going to fold in. That one I might trim. This one I need to get rid of first. It's a nice strong paper, so I'm going to fold that one over. Hopefully I've folded enough. So that one I'm going to fold over and glue down. It was this one. Was it this one? You can't see, but I'm going to just fold it over very slightly, 1/2 centimetre, 1/4 of an inch, and just fold it down because this one is sticking out way too far. So let's just see. It's not as easy as it looks. That one. I don't think I can fit these papers in my cutter. They're a bit tall, so I need to tear it. Hopefully that's enough. Let's see. Yes. And then I need to get rid of this one because it's so small it's not worth hanging on to. And then let's see here. And again, I'm going to tear. Oh, maybe I'll fold that one on over and glue it down, I think. And then anything else sticking out, I'll just cut it off. Okay. So that's better. That should be all right, actually. Okay, so there's my first signature. Put that over there. So height-wise, they're all good. This one, because it's such a fragile paper, I'm actually going to, and I'll probably fold that one too, they're going to fold over and glue down. And that one's also going to glue down. Let's see how we're going. Oh no, I need to fold that over further. So I'm just going to get rid of the straw paper. Might do is trim it with a cutter. If I have one here, I should. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, here it is. That makes life easier, doesn't it? I forget to do that. Okay, let's see how we're going. Where's my book? Here. Oh, did I ask anyone how they are? Oh, it's still too big. So I need to trim further. Oh, wait, this one I will fold over and glue down. Just a tiny little edge. It just makes a little bit of a decoration on the other side there. And then what do I have overflowing? I've still got that overflowing. This needs to fold in a little bit further. So I don't want to cut that off. I actually want to glue that down. You just want to take your time with this part. You don't want to rush. Oh, that's the centre there. Okay, because we still have to hinge that one. But we can do it afterwards. Don't have to do it now. I just want to see better. So I need to take, I'm just going to fold this better. I folded it crooked. Good Lord. Okay. And the straw paper is still too big. Okay. So let's get that off. Going to come over very slightly, and there we go. That's okay. If it rips, it's an opportunity to add something else, and that should be all good now. Put that with that one, and let's do this one. Now these I didn't extend the pages yet, so that will cause me a little bit of issue. Just it'll be difficult to maneuver. So I'll make sure. I think I may need to. Do I need to trim? Because that's the right height. That's too big. So I need to trim a bit off that one. Let's do that. A lot of shuffling of things happening here. So I'm just going to just use my mat and the ruler and take that amount off. And that, where's the other page? Yes, that's better height. Now, as far as width, okay, this one's a good gauge, so that needs to fold in. Like the other one, this one, I am going to fold it over. Is it that one? Okay, so now I can trim off my straw paper. They're not perfectly straight, but I'll straighten my spine here. Okay. Grab my first page, which is this one. Still needs to be hinged, but I can still stitch them in and they're going to be good to go. So what I need to do now is put this aside and measure my pages top to bottom. Find the center. That's not the center. Find the center and paper clip there, and I need to just make sure. Oh look, I trimmed this off. I'll just take that off, doesn't matter. And just paper clip it here where the short one is there. I'll just have to take that off. That's okay, we can just use that for something else. Okay, now measure, find the center and measure how tall they are. 26, a bit like the spine. So the middle is 13, and then I like to do this in inches. So 5.5, so 2.5, sorry, add on, and 1, 2.5 there. No, I'll use this, excuse me. This works well with this not too large a number of pages. Yep. So that's my bottom signature. that there. This is my middle signature. Find the center. That's the center there with the short one. So what I want to do is put my paper clip here on the short one and over here. I like to use these types of paper clips, not the bulldog ones, because it allows you to sort of maneuver the pages a little bit still. So I won't do the inches because I struggle to do halves unless it's an even number with the inches, because I'm not used to inches. I use them a little bit, but not, I use it because I just like that distance here. I could look at what it is in centimeters and do it all in centimeters, but because my ruler just flips around, I do both. Now that's so hard to see because it's on the lace. So, oh dear, that's my center. 2.5 is, again, I've got a little hole there already, so okay. Let's get that one in. There, I was about to do it in the wrong spot because that lace has little dots on it, which is tricky. I can feel where I did the pen. Good. And that goes on top of that one. And then we've had this one. That's the middle. No short ones here. They're probably inside somewhere. Okay, let's do our measurements. Oh, this one's a bit taller, huh? So I'll do 13 there. And 2.5 and 2.5. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Now I like to start with the bottom signature, so I've stacked them on top of each. I just flip it over, and I'm going to start with the bottom signature. Grab my thread, move these out of the way. Nice blunt needles so that we're not, you know, splitting our thread, like coming up through our spread. I'm going to start this way. See where the hole is. So we're stitching it into the spine. We're not doing a hit. Well, it's going to be hidden because we have something external that's gluing on, but otherwise it's not the same as a regular hidden spine. So come through and going to pull it tight. You want your thread on either side of the, I'll show you now. You want it on either side of this so you can catch it and pull it as tight as you can, which is where the wax thread is really good, because it holds and it's super strong, like it nearly rips your fingers. Okay, so that one is in. And it's looking very pretty. Now let's put this one in. Oh, excuse me for sniffling. I completely forgot where I was. We could have done without that. I apologise. I did completely forgot. I was thinking about Lulu, wondering how her day is going. She's had a bit of a issues with her friends, as they do at that age. I mean, she doesn't have, I like her friends, but they're not always the nicest people. They tend to be a bit flip-floppy as friends, and they often leave her out, and it's heartbreaking because she gets really upset. She doesn't understand. She's like, you know, what's wrong with me that they leave me out? So she's been a bit sad lately. I told her maybe they're not your people. Maybe maybe your people are coming. Not everybody is lucky in the friendship things. Her dad was saying to her that he had a terrible time at high school. He found his friends, his bestie boos at university, and to this day they just adore each other. So I said, possibly, maybe they are your people and they'll mature and stop doing that, or they're not your people. We don't know. Because it's hard in Italy too, because they go to one kindergarten and then they go to, I guess you do it in Australia too, but no, in Australia you do, but you can go to public school. Well, there are some public schools in Australia that are, you know, state schools that are just elementary, but there are ones that, but most of the kids from that elementary school will go to the same high school. Whereas in Italy, what happens is they go to a kindergarten, then they go to elementary school, then they go to middle school, and then they change schools and go to high school. And it's not like a high school in your area. It can be a high school anywhere, because they're like specific high schools. So you'll have professional schools where they might go and learn to be a chef, or and those schools generally, as high schools, are not very good. They don't really do anything during the school week. And then there's the scientific school, there's the classical school, there's Lulu's at the art school, but she chose one where, and she's made, you know, her main subject is architecture, so she's already getting a leg up in that design, in that sense there. But they, you know, they've changed school 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And while she does know some, like, she did actually end up going to high school with her kindergarten and elementary school and still middle school best friend, but that friend went a bit cray-cray when she turned 14 and was into the drinking, and she was trying all kinds of things. Let's say she was a real mess, and it just hasn't been the same with her. So she lost that friend, but then in the friend group there are a few, but they weren't her dearest friends. So now there's like 3 of them, but let's have a flick through. But she's they do tend to leave her out, and so yeah, we had floods of tears last night. So I always, you know, I'm a concerned mama. I don't know what to, like I just say to her, maybe that, you know, you just have to be patient, see what happens when you go to university. Or it might be that when you finish and you go and work, you'll find your friends. We don't know what will happen. So maybe these are. I don't know, Lulu. You know, you just have to get through it. But it's very hard, isn't it? I mean, I had ups and downs with my friends, but they were I went to one school. My whole life I went to one school, and they were most of them were my friends from kindergarten. And we had ups and downs, and times when we'd fight, or one would pull away the other one, and, you know, like silly things like that. But there was always someone, and so anyway, it's very hard. I'm sure most of us are parents. Not everybody chooses to be a parent, but those who do, you know, it's hard to know always what's best to suggest to them, to not be upset. And I do say to her, even though that doesn't help, I do remind her, I say, in the scheme of things, Lulu, this is not the worst thing ever. You know, like you'll work it out, and I'm just wondering, guys. I feel like that did go on there, didn't it? I almost need to go back and watch my videos to put that on there. I think it does. I'm a bit distracted by the daughter today, so that's going to glue on there. But I wanted to put a lace, I think. So let me just see what I have here. I just wanted a little something else. Don't want that one. I might not have anything. Oh, this is... Actually, I might put it on afterwards. I might not have the lace now. So what I need to do is put lots of glue. I put this away, but I actually need it. And I'm going to have to put it up on its spine, because ideally this would have been better without this on it, just the fabric. Next time I will try just the fabric and the spine, but I flattened the spine out, so I did need something rigid to glue it onto. So anyway, if it doesn't belong to here, it now does. But I want plenty of glue because I want it to stick. Although once I glue the fabric on, it'll be fine, because the fabric won't be going anywhere. And that's hiding our stitches and our remade spine, so that we've got a nice big book. I think I'll smush this one around, smush those down. A bit of smushing happens when you put the glue on. Yeah, sometimes when I'm, doing a video, I kind of do get a little bit distracted by my thoughts, because you get in the zone and then you just start, have I got everything upright? Yes. And then you start thinking about, your daily things. And yeah, so when I say to Lulu that, there could be some worse things than that, I keep in mind people that are really having a rough time, whether it's a health thing or family things. There's much worse things than, having a little conniption with your friends over silly things. Well, for Lulu, it's not silly, because, yes, it's her reality, and she does. And I don't like to diminish that is her reality. But I also like her to keep things in perspective. That's what I try to do without acknowledging her feelings, because not acknowledging her feelings, I'm trying to slide that in there, because this is where I need to, maybe I'll use a little paper clip. Once she misinterpreted what I was saying, and she said, "Mum, you're diminishing the value of my feelings." Oh my gosh, they are such a new generation. I would never have even known to say something like that to my mum. Like, my mum would have laughed at me if I said that. No, that's not working, so I'm going to slide this. See how it's popping up that end? I need to put a paper clip there. I won't slide it right in, because I don't want to crash into my stitches, but that will just hold it down. And then I'm going to put it up on the spine. So it's a very chunky spine. I need to slide it up a little bit here. Okay, come on, Rachel, get a grip. Get it done. Stop fiddling. Okay. Goodness gracious, I'm not doing a good job here. I'm struggling. I've got to get over multiple layers here. There we go. Go on, get in. And I can't see. I've got the backlight from the window, and it's dark what I'm looking at. I always needed to do that the other way, did I? No, that's good. Put that on there. And now I'm going to glue this down. And it will not go anywhere. I'm going to pull it tight. I'll need to smush, because I don't want it to ooze through my fabric. Don't need too much. Just enough to put a nice sticky thin coat. Might be all we get done, guys. I have sent a message. I would like to put my airplane mode off and see if my daughter answered me. How is she going? I hope she's not, having a teary day at school. So basically what happened is the Italian professor is not there like for the last 2 hours. And a lot of the kids take advantage of that, and they leave early. And the last time it happened, actually I had to pick up Lulu because she wasn't feeling well. And I picked her up before the last 2 hours changed over. And there's a, substitute teacher. And they all know that this time the prof has given the substitute teacher stuff for them to do, because quite often, when their teachers aren't there, they don't do anything. And so one of her classmates who she's friendly with said, oh, let's go and eat sushi. Let's not go to school the last 2 hours and go and eat sushi. Well, first of all, Lily doesn't like sushi. And number two, she has a very, which I really admire about her, but it does cause her issues at this young age, because the other kids couldn't care less. So her two best friends, who quite often exclude her, they decided one of them, he already said, oh, I'm not going to school tomorrow. And that's okay. And then I said to Lily, well, you're not going to be doing much because you've got sport, although she enjoys sport, and then you've got 2 hours, and then you don't have anything, you've got the Italian hours. And I said, you can stay home if you want to and get yourself ahead with your entry exam study and stuff. And she said, no, I don't want to leave my friend, my other friend. She'll be going to school and I don't want to leave her alone. And so that's how Lulu is. Well, in the evening, when the other classmate said, oh, let's go to sushi, her so-called one of the three, her best friend, there's three of them together, she said, I'm not going to school tomorrow and I'm going to go to sushi like this. And then the other one who's not going to school said he was going to sushi. And Lulu doesn't want to, leave the school early because they got into, the teacher was, they all got, not Lulu because she was unwell, but the classmates all got screamed at. I think I'm going to, this was just a little stitch piece that I randomly stitched one day. I think I'm going to put that on and put that. Or will I put it that way? Too many vertical things. Yeah, so, but Lulu doesn't like leaving the lessons early if everybody's doing it, because then they get really, then there's nobody in the class and they get, that's what I like. So I'm going to glue those on. The profs get really, really angry. So she, on principle, wasn't going to go. Then she doesn't like sushi, but so she was really upset because her point was, why couldn't they do it on Saturday? They finished school an hour earlier and it would have been perfect to go and do that on Saturday. And then there were quite a few other in the friends that couldn't go either. And so she was really upset about it because she's got FOMO. And I said, we're probably not missing out on much anyway. But she's been left out quite a bit this week by her other friends, so I guess she's feeling a bit sensitive about it all. Anyway, I'm just passing the time telling you the woes of a teenager. I bet and then she leaves me, I sit here and worry all day that she's upset, and then she'll probably come home and be fine. And I'll be like, oh my goodness, and I sat and fretted all morning about you. But I guess they do need to learn to deal with things, because there'll be worse things that come along and challenge, as we all know, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm going to stick that on there and I'll just put some glue under. Oh, I love this one. Isn't it interesting? You sort of have a little bit of a formula of the types of things that you put on a cover, but they all turn out slightly different. Okay, just run my hand along there and make sure that is still stuck down, and there we go. So that one is gluing down. I'm going to leave that and let that dry. Yeah, I don't even think I dare open it. I'm going to let that dry, and then in the next video we'll start working in it. But what I wanted to do quickly is just have a look at this other one that I have flying around here. what was I doing on this one? So this one I'm going to be doing the same thing, stitching in, but this one didn't have a nice spine. No, I don't have any spines floating around. So this one's going to have a fabric on there. And so, oh, that's upside down. Flip it around. So that still needs to be embellished. I think we'll do that next time because I'll resize. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I'm going to resize this, these pages before, and I'll stitch them in, and then we'll work on the cover next time, and then we'll go and work on this journal here. Did I have any others, guys, on the go? I think I've got a vertical one that I might have started somewhere. But I think I'll do that separately because that's a different type of journal. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Sorry about the chin wag, although, you know, just chitty-chatting while I'm getting things done. And have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.